welcome to Good to Know Shreveport Bossier, a podcast showcasing the good things happening in our community. I'm Shannon Brinias, and this is my co-host, Paul Reiser, a local businessman and member of the Committee of 100. Now, each podcast, Paul, we will focus on topics and initiatives and people that are important to you and having a positive impact on our community, with new episodes available every other Wednesday, and you can find Good to Know wherever you download and listen to and watch your podcasts. So let's start, Paul, by introducing our guest.
Absolutely. Thanks, Shannon. That was so pleasant. You should have seen my last co-host.
He still works here. So let's be kind.
No, actually, I do want to introduce you just a little bit, Shannon, because I'm excited. Jeff Bimefore, who's been my co-host for the last 2 years, over 60 episodes, we've been doing this. He has moved to another podcast. They've asked him to do a political podcast. That's where his genius lies, his connections, his passion.
Yes, his passion.
His best buddy, Mike Johnson and him are always talking politics. So he's gone to a new podcast. And luckily for me, our new local anchor person, Shannon Brinias, has agreed to be on our podcast. So that's going to liven things up.
It's my pleasure to do it, and this actually falls within my shift, whereas Jeff was a little sleep deprived whenever he had to come in early to tape this. So.
Well, he was like that when he was wide awake. I've seen him. No, I'm going to miss Jeff because, man, he knows his stuff. But thank you so much for agreeing to be on.
It's my pleasure. And I've hosted podcasts for 4 years. So this is going to be something that I'm used to and also something that I'm really excited about, because as we welcome in community movers and shakers, I get to learn more about the community as well. And for a newcomer, that's very important too.
Well, thank you very much. I guess we should get around to actually introducing our guest today.
Sure. The guy has been over here patiently listening.
What am I doing here? No, I'm super excited because if you've been around Bossier City lately, you noticed the skyline is a-changing because that brand new construction project upgrade, the live casino, they put up the big live red sign, which means we're getting close to opening that thing. So we have the Vice President of Marketing. Hey, Josh Robinson, you're here today.
And thank you so much for having me, but I'm enjoying this.
On the inaugural.
I love it.
Yeah, we'll get to you later,
Well,
Josh.
That's
so
fine.
Shannon, and Josh, does this mean you're a newcomer too, or are you just new to this particular venue?
So I'm new to this particular venue. So Northwest Louisiana is home for me. And so this opportunity gave me the ability to come back home. So I spent a little time in Southwest Louisiana, a little over 6 years. And so recently back home as of July. So very excited.
Well, welcome back.
Thank you.
Well, I'm excited. Like I said, the new sign is up. So tell us a little bit about what to expect with this brand new $270 million refurbish. That's quite an investment.
It is quite an investment, and the Cordish companies and family, are doing a phenomenal job with this property. I will tell you, there's so much to look forward to. I don't even know where to start. So I think, $270 million plus investment, 47,000 square feet of gaming, 549 luxury hotel rooms, 6 restaurants, multiple bars, multiple entertainment venues.
Wow.
There will really always be something happening at Live. So, we are going to open in early 2025. So, not ready to tell you just exactly when yet, but it's coming soon. Anticipation is good, right?
Yeah.
Keep people waiting just a little bit longer. But early 2025, we are all going to get ready to go live.
Explain the evolution of the site.
So if you guys remember, so it is the old Diamond Jacks property was located there, but I always tell people you have to really erase everything you remember about that property from your mind, because it was really gutted to concrete and steel.
Wow.
So every space has been touched. The riverboat that was there is gone. The property has been built out forward and then built out back. So a lot of the construction and a lot of the things that were happening, you couldn't necessarily see from the road or from the interstate. So we're really excited to open those doors and just give people a new and exciting experience.
So the boat's gone. It's not.
Boat
You don't
is
have to
gone.
go to the boat anymore to the casino. But there's a lot more than just the casino, like you said. And it looks like, from what I've seen, 1,000 Slot machines plus are coming in, so the gambling portion is going to be huge. But then there's a lot of other venues that are more interesting to me. I'm a terrible gambler.
Hey, and that's okay. And I tell people all the time, you do not have to be a gambler. But not everyone enjoys that, right? But everyone does enjoy a great time, a great meal, phenomenal company, and we're going to give that to you. So you think about the 6 restaurant offerings that we have coming. So the Prime Rib, which is really an exceptional steakhouse, recognized as one of the top 5 steakhouses by USA Today readers. Multiple other accolades. I've had the opportunity to dine at a few within our portfolio, and it's really going to be an exceptional experience. And then we've got the Ridotto Grand Cafe. So what's really interesting about that is
I don't hear that a lot in Bossier. Yeah. The Ridotto Grand Cafe.
I know. So look. So believe it or not, so it's really, the name is inspired by the first gaming establishment that was in Europe. And so it's really going to have an Italian Venetian flair.
Nice.
And it's going to be situated right next to the R Bar. And it's really, guys, it's just gorgeous. And it's going to have a raw bar. And so the R bar.
The R stands for raw.
Yes.
Like
and
oysters and scallops.
But really premium cocktails in a setting that is really going to blow your mind. I mean, in not just that space, but really every space, the amount of attention to detail is really unparalleled. It is going to be beautiful. And I get hung up, so forgive me.
No, that's
because
great.
I'm so excited. But then we have Luck Fu, which is our Asian-inspired restaurant. And then we'll have Sports and Social. And really, Sports and Social is so much more than a restaurant. It's really your game watch experience. Whether you're rooting for the Saints or the Cowboys or LSU or whoever your team is, it's really going to be the second best place to be than being at the game itself. So we really have, we're talking about live DJs during commercial breaks. We're talking about crowd engagement. We're talking about games and fun. It's just really taking that experience to the next level. And then we have our PBR nightclub, which is, is a professional bull rider. So yes, we will have a mechanical bull.
Oh,
I was going to ask.
So if you're really feeling...
Shannon, I know what we're going to do.
I know. For the opening.
Since we can't gamble.
I want you to come and look. So if you're
we'll
looking
need
to show
tickets.
off, or by all means, we will get you up there. But really surrounded by bars and VIP experiences, just so much. And then you really kind of tack all of that on to really what live is all about. And we say energy loves company. And that's when you walk into the building, you are going to feel it immediately. We will have national acts in the event center, but really more than that, at some point in some place, we will have live entertainment in our building almost daily. So we've got multiple stages throughout the property. We really just want guests to just have a great time. When you leave the house, and it's not to run an errand or do the things that you have to do. But when you leave the house and you're looking to do something fun and spend those dollars on an experience, that's something that we want to give you. And we want to give it to you in a package that just feels exciting.
This is ambitious.
There
this
is
so
much
exciting.
to unpack here. There
I
really
know. I
is.
told you. I am just.
No, I am
Because-
wondering. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, because you don't embark on a project like this without doing significant market research to find out whether the region is going to be receptive and interested, and whether this will be filling a demand that may be unvoiced, but it's a demand that's there. And do you believe that right now there is some pent-up demand for a venue that is offering all of these options? It sounds like it.
Absolutely. And I tell you, we've spent a lot of time, and look, you learn so much when you listen, right? And so we have spent a lot of time, and Northwest Louisiana, first let me say, has welcomed us with open arms. And we are very, very excited to be a part of this community. But a part of that is being in the community and doing the work and having the conversations. And there is a hunger for what we are bringing to the table. So we are excited about that. I will tell you, look, the gaming market here has been around for a long time, right? Since the 90s, okay? And but they're ready for something new, something fresh, something that has, an energy and something that you feel and something that's packaged in a way that can be memorable and unforgettable. I always say, I say entertainment is a feeling, and you can be entertained anywhere you go, whether it's, by food from a phenomenal meal or the company that you surround yourself with. What we really want to do is just provide you that place where you can come and have a great time with your friends, with your family, or even by yourself if you just want to get away from everything and everyone.
Right. Well, like Shannon said, I had kind of the same question. You guys are so optimistic, obviously, to make this big of an investment. What are some of the things about the Shreveport-Bossier market that made you decide this was the place that we're going to do this?
I think, look, Shreveport-Bossier and Northwest Louisiana in general is really a hub of activity. There's so much to do here. There is a vibrancy here that we see and that we know. Right? There are people that are coming to this market today from Dallas, Fort Worth, Waco, Killeen, Tyler, Longview, Southern Arkansas, Central Louisiana. I could go on and on and on, but I think, we have seen some of that business and some of that tourism redirect to some other places. But I think that is generally, especially when you're thinking about gaming and entertainment, is there is that want for something fresh, for something new, and something exciting. Look, we want to complement the market, absolutely. But we also want to elevate the market, right? We want to be a place that people can come, but also come enjoy our experience, but then also enjoy the things that are available in Northwest Louisiana. Because there really is so much in this market. We see that, we believe that we can complement that, and we're excited to do it.
I noticed that Live Casino and Hotel, they sponsored Brew and several of the local type things that bring a lot of people to this area. Is that something you're going to work with? Do you think that synergy is just growing now to the point to where we're going to just be the new destination?
Look, yeah, I believe so. And I wanted, you touched on Brew and a few other things. I want to say Live in the community is something, it's a pillar that really means something to us as a company, as a business. It means something to our team members. Most of our team members live, work, and play in this market. So being present and being involved, whether it's, with dollars or sweat equity, it's just something that's very, very important to us. And already we've had the opportunity to partner with so many different great organizations that are doing some really phenomenal things in this market. And so, we are about the community and we want to be a big part of that.
On KTBS3, we have covered it as you've been doing hiring events. So the workforce is going to be part of the sweat that goes into
Absolutely.
The sweat and blood and tears that goes into this success that you're hoping this is all going to be. So how is it going, bringing on that new workforce?
Look, it's going very, very well. We do have positions posted today on our careers landing page. So if you are interested or looking for a new or different opportunity, please reach out to us. We held our first job fair at the Bossier Civic Center not too long ago. We had over 1,400 people come through that job fair.
Wow.
We had a little over 300 offers go out as a result of that job fair. So we're very excited about the trajectory that is happening. We do have another job fair that's coming up on January 8th at the LSUS Ballroom. That will be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Now that job fair is really going to be more focused on our food and beverage, culinary, and security positions. So really anything front of house, whether you're looking to be a server or a bartender, a chef, a cook, a hostess, a security shift manager, a security officer. Those will be the positions that we are really kind of leaning into for that job fair on the 8th.
With 6 restaurants, I can't even imagine. six restaurants, and some like really high-end steak restaurant, and then all the way to the sports bar. What are people looking for when they come to work there? What's it like working for Live? Because I know it's a challenge keeping people at work. Like you hire people, you bring them in, and then how do we keep them? You're so enthusiastic about Live.
I think
What's it like working there?
And it's great. And I'll tell you, I I'm really new in the grand scheme of things. I think I've been with the company now a little bit over 6 months, but I am genuinely so impressed. And I think, look, the same amount of time and attention, that they put into their products, they put into their people. And I can see that, and I can feel that. I see that every day when I'm at work and new people are coming on board, and we're talking about opportunities and what life is going to feel like at Live. And you're right, the people make the difference. We all know, look, there's slot machines in this market, there's table games in this market, there's hotels in this market. But really what's going to set us apart is going to be the people. It is going to be our team members that are creating the energy, that they are setting the tone and creating the vibe. And so I think it's important as a business and as a company that we get that same attention as we give the consumer and customer.
And you are trying to, it sounds like, create a different experience than what can be obtained elsewhere, and what can be obtained for some of our distance travelers at their own, perhaps there are, tribal casinos where they're coming from, so they have to have a reason to come to the Bossier area. And it sounds like Live is trying to fit that bill.
Absolutely. And I think, and we've talked about it a little bit already, and I've talked about kind of, we are an entertainment destination. Okay, we're not just a casino, we're not just a luxury hotel, we're not just restaurants, we're an entertainment destination. There is going to be something there for everyone. And I think, yes, being the newest and being the nicest certainly helps. And when I tell you that, we are going to be very nice, okay? But at the same time, we are going to be that place for everyone. Everyone's going to feel comfortable. Our relationships are important to us. The service that we give our guests is important to us. And I think that will bring people to us. But at the same time, I think we want it to bring people to Northwest Louisiana, because when we are all thriving, we're all thriving. And that's really what we hope for at the end of the day.
So how many rooms does it have? Will you be bringing like conventions, smaller conventions or larger conventions to the area?
Yeah, so our hotel room count is 549, a great mix of king rooms and rooms with 2 queen beds. We also have a really nice collection of suites. And we are booking today, so anyone out there that is looking for, or we're booking ourselves an event space today. Hotel booking is coming very soon. But anyone that's looking to have an event, whether it be a trade show, or a small meeting, group, convention, corporate travel, we're ready to talk to you, and we're ready to get you on the books. But as I said, over 25,000 square feet of meeting space. We have our large space, which is the event center at Live, and we do have, and that space can be broken up into multiple smaller spaces. We have the Harbor Boardroom, which is gorgeous. 2 other meeting spaces that will be available for rent. And look, we're booking today. We've got a lot of people excited, and we've already got so many things booked and people planning to come in after we open those doors. But we are taking calls, we are booking, and so right now, if you're looking for anything really in that April date or forward, let us know.
Well, a lot of people think if we're going to have a convention for our team, we need to go off somewhere to make it exciting. But I used to have a lot of Sonics. I haven't even told you that, Shannon. I used to have a lot of Sonics.
Sonic, the fast foods.
Yeah, that's why Jeff always called me the fry guy. But we had stores across 4 states, and we would have our convention every year here. So we had it at Margaritaville, we had it at Horseshoe, and great spaces in the area. And it's good just to bring all of our people in. You don't have to go to Vegas to have that great experience. You put your people in a hotel, you have great meeting space, and you're going to have great entertainment there. So, I highly recommend it to anybody. Have your convention here locally. You don't have to go far away.
Absolutely.
Save everyone the TSA trouble, right?
That's right.
Having to go through that.
It's easier to keep up with my guys too. Sometimes they get off the planes in Vegas and you never saw them again.
They disappear. Hopefully it won't be the same here. But in terms of what you're offering, though, is there going to be like entertainment? Will we have big names coming through?
We will, and I'll tell you, I'm being a little tight-lipped for now and
Sure.
asking everyone to wait just a little bit longer. I will tell you that there will be some announcements coming very soon, but I'm really excited about the lineup that we have thus far. I'm itching. It's right, and I really just want to go there with you, but I'm going to make you wait a little bit longer. But look, I think about the people that we have coming in, and I think about, look, you've got country, you've got rock, you've really just got all of the things. You've got comedy. So I will give you that so far. But we've got a good lineup, and I think you guys will be aware of that lineup very soon.
And you said your expectations have some type of entertainment going on every day, like every minute of every day, or just like once a day, or?
Well, not every minute of every day, because really,
it's kind of quiet at night in the morning.
The place itself
probably
is an entertainment hub, right? So you're going to walk in, and you're going to walk into the property, and there's this amazing LED screen that goes all the way from the valet porte cochere into the building, down the back entry wall. The music in this space, whether it's live or not, there's going to be that vibe all the time. But when we talk about live entertainment, I'll say we have the stage at Sports and Social. And we will program that stage on weekends. We have the stage in PBR. We have an area in the Prime Rib. We have an area in the R Bar. And then as we kind of get into pool season, that's a whole different element of conversation. But the idea is we really, again, if you want to sit down somewhere and listen to live music, we're going to have that for you. If you want to have a quiet little nook somewhere for a great meal and a great drink, we're going to have that for you too. And it's really the vibe and the experience, I think, is really, it's a package deal, right? So not every minute of every day, but a lot of minutes of every day.
And you have a great site too, because it establishes basically the entire, I don't know if we call it the strip here, the shore. What do we call it here in Bossier?
What?
We should have a name for it.
It's Bossier. It's
It's
down
Bossier.
Down
But
there
it
by the
kind of
Parkway.
establishes it, especially if you're coming in from the east side, which is what I did. So that's the first structure that you really see, right?
Right, and you think too, we're right there in the East Bank, and there are really some great offerings today in the East Bank, even outside of casinos. I think about Hurricane Alley, Bojack's, those places down there. There really is a hub of excitement in that general area. And yes, we are right off the interstate. We will be Northwest Louisiana's first landside casino, which is what's really exciting about that is everything is really going to be central. So you park in the garage, you come down the elevator, you're just steps away from the action. So no long treks, no long journeys to get from A to B to C, right? And so you're really going to be in the center of the action all the time. And our steakhouse, which I think is really great, is so same thing. The positioning of that is intentional. You will have access from the casino floor to that for those guests that are 21 plus, but you will also have that exterior entry for those that want to come and dine with their families. And again, park in the garage, come right down, walk right into the restaurant. Because so often you hear, I don't want to go to the casinos to dine, I want to park here and walk all that journey and do. So that's really not something that you're going to have to worry about with us, because you're really going to have easy, immediate access to all of our amenities.
So you don't necessarily have to walk through a big front entrance and walk through the casino to get to the. It's like you can park there and you can go right to the nice restaurant tonight,
absolutely.
if that's what you want to do.
Yes, and I will say, so our Sports and Social and our Luck Fu restaurant and PBR, so those are right, literally you can walk into them from the casino floor. So those spaces you will have to be 21 plus to enter. Now, Luck Fu, Ridotto Cafe, Ridotto Grand Cafe, those areas will be available for those that are under the age of 21.
So Luck Fu, I have to ask, where does the name come from? Because I saw that, I thought it was a misprint. I didn't know for sure that that's how you said it.
Well, it is not a misprint, and I think I probably will have, that is a great question.
Yeah, you need to get the answer.
And I will.
It stands
So
for
it says
something.
it says you have chefs from Japan, from from China, from, I don't know, just all these different Asian, is it like an Asian fusion? And then I
It
guess
is.
luck, because we got to be lucky going
You got to
to
be
the
lucky
cinema.
if you're playing these
Absolutely.
games,
Yeah.
right?
So no, I would
And
say so
food.
the menu is very Asian inspired, right? So
Which
you
I
will have
love.
those selections and options that are Vietnamese inspired or Chinese inspired or Korean inspired or Japanese inspired. So really all of those elements kind of coming together in one space.
Thai inspired. You can have pad Thai. You can
Oh,
have
yummy.
I
getting
think we'll
hungry.
have you covered.
Come
I
on.
think we'll have you covered.
All right. Well, this is exciting, man. So I don't know. Has she warned you yet in the earpiece?
No, we still
Okay.
have time. We
Okay.
still have time to talk.
What about, is there going to be if we're going to have the full entertainment, the full experience, will you have a spa there? Will you have a massage day?
Again, that's just another one of those things that I will say, I'll tell you later.
Oh. I also wondered about aquatic, like pool. Is there a pool?
Yes, absolutely. So there is a resort style pool. It is going to be amazing.
Fantastic.
That is going to come a little bit later next year. And then so we'll have, cabanas and some really phenomenal lounge areas. That space will be also programmed for live entertainment. So again, we've got a lot of things in the works that I think, and as I said, me, I wish I could tell you everything right now, because and I have to be careful.
We'll have him back.
Yeah.
I was going to say, you can come
Yeah,
back and
a
start
couple
telling us
months
about the
from
spa
now.
and the entertainment and all that.
And I do want, my husband's in construction, so I do want to offer you the opportunity to say what you want to say about the construction team that you've had working on this.
Absolutely. So, we've had in number counts and grows over 750 construction jobs that we have brought to the market. Our offices are in the space. Like, I am going to work every day, and so every day I get to walk this space, and it just, that whole process is something that's amazing to me. It's it goes from sheetrock, and then next thing you know, it's a fully finished out space, and like that. And so the progress in the construction is going well. And every day, there's a new finish that's going up or something new and exciting. And so the journey is really fun to watch and be a part of. You got to be careful. The hard hat, ruins the hair a little bit.
Safety first.
The
Safety
construction vest, but it's at the end of the day, though, too, it's really just a lot of fun. And it's really cool to be a part of something like that and to really see it, go from concept to completion more and more every day.
Well, to get a feel for what it looks like, I went to the website, and apparently you have several of these casino hotels across the country. This isn't your first rodeo, but are those pictures from other casinos that you already have, or are those what this is actually going to look like? Because they look fantastic.
Yeah, I would say to you that really when you go to our website, you're going to see a combination of things. But when you're looking at renderings, what I will tell you is we deliver to those renderings. So a lot of people are like, oh, there's no way it's going to be that nice. Oh, there's no way. That's just a digital image. And so we unveiled our hotel rooms. And when we were doing that, we were walking our guests, and I said, well, this is a rendering. And they're like, oh, I thought that was just a picture of this room. And I said, no. And they go, so really everything that we've seen in these renderings is what it's going to look like. And I'm like, absolutely.
Wow.
And so so when you're seeing renderings of the property, you can feel very confident that space is going to be very similar to what you're looking at. And as more things come on board and we're ready to share more things, we'll show you.
Yeah,
we
you'll
certainly
unveil the
want
photos.
you to see it, because it's when you see it you get excited.
Yeah.
Well,
It's a
I think we
little
do
taste.
have about a minute left. So if you want to tell us, how can people get in touch with you if they're looking to work, or if they're looking to schedule, or what would be your last words you would like to share with us?
Sure. Well, what I would say, just a few things. If you're looking to kind of review the career opportunities that we have available, please come see us. We'd love to talk to you. We'd love for you to be a part of the excitement of live. And really, I'll leave you guys with the same thing that I leave everyone with, is get ready to go live in 2025.
Oh,
Very nice.
fantastic. Josh
ready,
with
man.
Live Hotel Casino. What a marketing manager. We're all ready.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm ready for you guys. Let's have some fun.
So Shannon, you wrap us up. That's what Buying Forward would do.
Okay, well, on behalf of my co-host Paul Reiser and Josh, the marketing manager of Live Hotel Casino, we just want to thank you for watching and listening. And again, this podcast will be available for viewing anywhere you get your podcasts. And we do this every other Wednesday, so we'll be talking to our audience soon. But thank you for joining us.